How do you improve an addictive, fun, and easy top-down shooter? Make it easier, of course. As I said in the previous video, one of the things that makes Halo Spartan Assault so much fun is the fact that you can play Halo like you're used to in a normal sense, without having to worry about getting too absorbed in the plot, or getting overwhelmed by enemies, or having to worry about difficulties or hard to earn achievements. Most of the game was for fun. It was simple, they were short, it was easy. But with Halo Spartan Strike, the 9th game in the series, 343 and Vanguard games kicked it up a notch, or shall I say down a notch. If Spartan Assault was easy or a breeze, Spartan Strike was laughably fun, laughably easy, just a walk in the park. The game pretty much almost played itself. I was going to play one of my favorite missions here, but I'm going to do something a little different this time. Here I'm going to break the world record and show you how to score over 1,000,000 points. In mission E6, hold the line. What makes Spartan Strike so much easier than Assault are, first off, the range of the weapons in the game. A lot of them can travel much further than off-screen, and you can easily fire a rocket or a sniper or any other medium to long-range weapon in whatever general direction, and you would more than likely get the kill. The second thing I'm definitely proving right now are the machine gun turrets. In Spartan Assault, after a prolonged amount of shooting, the gun would overheat and you'd have to cool it down. So you either have to fire in one long burst or in short concentrated volleys. I have no idea why. I don't know if it was a glitch or if, well, I can't say glitch. I don't know if they had forgotten to turn it back on or if they decided to leave it like this or what, but there is no cooldown on the turret. So as you can see, I am just lighting everyone up. And I don't have to worry about getting hit or getting blown up. I am just earning killionaire after killionaire, shredding everyone, whether they're close next to me or, as you saw in the beginning, even off screen. You aim in their general direction and you can see the medals just falling and falling as the kills keep on going.
Good work, Spartan. Stay sharp. Covenant spirit.
Some may consider this a cheap method, having to turning off cooldowns and making enemies weaker to human weapons and items like that, but I consider it to be a break. It's a relief, a breath of fresh air. After having to kill so many Covenant with so many different types of weapons, some of them work, some of them don't work. Of course, the tilt skull, lest we forget. Fighting against endless hordes of Flood, the Prometheans, the Knights teleporting like crazy trying to get to you, and the Watchers being there to resurrect them every time. Camouflaged enemies always sneaking up on you. I consider this game to be, like I said, a nice break from that. And even though those enemies are still featured here in this game, with the exception of the Flood, seeing everything from a top-down angle like this makes it a whole lot easier and increases the awareness of you, the player, so much more exponentially. A cloaked sword elite could sneak up on you, slice you in half, and make you do backflips in your chair. But here, even though they're camouflaged, you can still see them pretty well. And you can prepare to take them down much easier. So as you can see, I keep going back to my turret. As you can see, it's obviously the best and fastest way to eliminate all the infantry. That's of course one method of doing this, but what I like to use is the very top turret near the front of the embankment. That one always has to stay alive no matter what, because of the grand finale, which is so... it makes so much easier with the turret, and it's ridiculous and kind of funny just watching it pass like that. You'll know when you see it. Another thing that Spartan Assault changed is the addition of the battle rifle and the grenade launcher, and new weapons like, well, I can't say new, those have been around for a while, but they put in incineration cannons, oh gosh, what was the name of it? Just off my head. Well, Spartan laser's been there for assault, of course, but the binary rifle made a new addition. It's been in Halo 4, of course, but it's a lot more in generous supply in Spartan Strike. And they also added the new VTOL vehicle known as the Kestrel. Super fun vehicle to fly around in. I hope we get to see that vehicle again soon, maybe in a mainstream Halo game. But if not, it's still a great vehicle to have, especially here. Interestingly enough, this game in particular doesn't have the microtransactions that it did from the previous entry, which is a good thing, of course. But I also considered it,
Here comes your ride.
a curious change. I guess people who played Spartan Assault didn't take the microtransactions lightly. But regardless of how that worked in the first game, they've completely removed it here. So now any experience points or credits that you spend, you have to earn them back the normal way, playing through missions. However, it's because of the fact that it's so much easier, you can get those credits back pretty quickly. And I usually like to ride with damage modifiers because I feel like I almost feel like cheat codes are on when damage modifiers are available, because most enemies go down in one shot and I get a gold pretty much every time. Especially now since that there's no time limit. It's it's almost condescending in a way to take all of those specific requirements and measurements out. But honestly, after 10 years of some of the craziest and hardest Halo experiences I've ever had in video games and in my life in general, I feel that Spartan Assault and Spartan Strike are the perfect amount of breaks that you could use. Just play Halo and have a good time. Especially in this situation right here where I'm having a great time. This is why you need to keep that top turret up in physical shape. Keep it alive. Because a whole bunch of crawlers come down this hallway. And they're bottlenecked perfectly. As you can see, there's all those red dots keep floating down the radar and disappearing because I am lighting them up. And this is what I mean by getting over 1,000,000 points, because these guys keep coming for a very long time, and it is so much fun to just spray down this hallway back and forth, just lighting everybody up. It's absolutely fun. Going through the game itself, there's more assault ops, and they're still a bit of a pain in the ass, but it's easier nowadays. And even though they never had an in-game verification tool to show, hey, these are the things you need to complete, it was still a little bit easier when you selected a mission, and it would show you right at the beginning, hey, these are the assault ops that you needed to complete. So while it was a slight improvement, it wasn't much, but it was still something. I was never really a fan of the main character just being a nameless Spartan, especially with the clone sitting there. I mean, anybody could have easily come up with a different number and name. You didn't really have to come up with a full backstory for him, but something other than just Spartan. I was never a fan of that. With John always having his helmet on, never showing his face, and the rookie not having a name, Spartan B312, just a number, Noble 6. Everybody's just a nameless player unit. And I understand that's to identify with the players, the fans, so they can imagine it's them. But these days, we can pretty much picture that ourselves. We don't need game developers to feel that way for us. So a couple of short backstories will be nice for our new characters.
Well done, Spartan.
And that's it for this one. I'll see you guys next time when we cover, oh, jeez. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yikes. Okay. We're getting close to the end here. Mighty close.